which I was always wanting to give in Rotherham. That speech is about Islam and the way it encourages the rape of non-Muslims. Someone's given me the Quran. I was looking for the Quran. I forgot my Quran. Someone gave me the Quran. But what I'm actually going to do, due to what's happened in the build-up to this demonstration, I'll explain in a second, but I'm going to save this speech. Because on the 29th of July, when we're back here,
can you all that
I'm
as well,
going to rip this book to pieces, bit by bit, and explain how it's justified. 14 times the rape of non-Muslim women is sanctioned in this book. But I don't want to go into too much detail about that, because I'm going to save that speech. What I want to talk about now today is equal rights. When the United People of Luton started, it started over a soldiers' homecoming parade, and then we tried to react to that as non-Muslims. What we found was that we were treated completely differently and second-rate and unfair treatment by the British police in compared to the Muslim community. What that then became was more of an argument of equal rights. The original demonstration was gone. If you watch the second, the third, the fourth demonstrations, our motivation was the fact that we felt we were being treated unfairly and second class. Now, in the build-up to this demonstration with South Yorkshire Police, people now know Pegida is a peaceful organisation. We're not here for trouble. When I contacted the police about our demonstration route of where we want to go and where we want to demonstrate, I simply looked at where the Muslims protested in this same town over Gaza. That's all I did. And then I said, you know what? They were in All Saints Square. We want to be in All Saints Square. That's it. We don't want any special treatment. We want the same treatment. We were then told by the police that no one was allowed All Saints Square. In fact, first of all, we was told there was going to be a wedding. I then offered that we don't want to disrupt the wedding. I'd have changed the whole demonstration before I ruined some woman's wedding day. So if the bride who's getting married is watching this, know that we offered to change it. We didn't want to disrupt your wedding day. But the police said that no one was having All Saints Square. Yesterday, the police told me that the Muslim community are having All Saints Square. This is the exact injustice and unfair treatment, the two-tier policing and treatment of different communities. What's the reason why they've been given All Saints Square? This is a city where 1,400 children were raped, prostituted, beaten, and basically we saw a white slave trade in the UK by Muslim men in this town. This town, as if I've just walked around it today, there's not even that many Muslims here. You have to see that 3 or 4% is the Muslim population in this town. Look at the damage that they've caused with 3 or 4%. Look at the damage. I think there's only 3,000 Muslim men aged 18 to 50. How many of those men were involved in the rape and prostitution of those kids? How many of them?
Yeah, well said, mate.
But the reason they've been given All Saints Square is because about 9 months ago, all the Muslim organisations in this town, they know what they're doing. They pulled complete police cooperation. And of course, the police shit themselves, like everything to do with them. They're constantly fearful of how they will react. So the reason that they've got that square down there today, and we've been put up here, is because they're fearful of how the Muslim community will react. But for me, I think a line in the sand has been drawn, and we can't let this go. I've said to the police in the build-up to it, we will now continue to come back to Rotherham every month if we have to, until we get All Saints Square. All we are asking for is equal treatment, nothing else. Equal treatment. And I don't know if they think they're doing any good, because what they actually do is add more fuel to the fire, more anger. Every person that turns up on our side here today feels treated unfairly by a police force that has a disgusting record on their... Up until last year, the leadership of this police force was still trying to blame innocent Liverpool fans for their failures. Up until last year.
Cowards! Hey! Cowards. Get it right.
I don't want to in any way seem like every police officer here I'm having a go at.
Hi Tim.
I'm not.
Hi pal. How are you? Yes, I've been looking out for you. How are you? Alright? Yeah, good, good.
Added to the problem.
Good. We'll for a drink afterwards.
Sorry?
We'll for a drink afterwards.
That'll be good.
Yeah, whereabouts or?
I don't know this place at all.
Right.
We'll have to wait and see.
Right, fair play. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you, pal.
And that's your fault, not ours. You caused problems.
I've just got a tenner in before, so... Yeah, no worries, mate. Hey, no worries.
Again, so many times we speak about hate. I oppose hate. I oppose hate of everyone, yeah? Real hatred. We should mention, one of the reasons why they didn't want us here is an 81-year-old man was kicked to death, a Muslim man in this city, in this town. He was called a groomer. I oppose that. Every decent person opposes that. That is not the right reaction to the problems. They're simply trying to bury the problems, and in fact, the police's results of burying decades of these problems is what has resulted in those frustration and angers that are spilling over. But again, to everyone, it's not every Muslim's fault, but we are opposed to a backward ideology. Again, I brought weeks with work, and I simply think I'll get arrested for what I'm going to do and say. So, Sir William Gladstone, who was the Prime Minister of this great country, he stood in Parliament, he held this book above his head, and he said, there will never be peace on this earth so long as we have this hate-filled book. He was a world leader. There are statues of him in our capital city. Unfortunately now, due to the influence Muslims have, due to political correctness, the truth can no longer be spoken. People who speak it like ourselves are targeted, we're slandered, we're attacked. Previous world leaders understood Islam. The people in the towns and cities understand Islam, but our leaders are fearful. I'll have a few more words to say at the end. I'm going to pass you over to Anne-Marie for her speech. Thank you.
Tim. Number 5, mate. Number 5. No worries, mate.
Lovely, thank you very much
Get in
indeed.
there. No worries, man.
Right.
Can you hear me? I can't hear myself, which is weird. Just as well. Thank you for coming. There was a letter this week sent to South Yorkshire Police. I don't know how many of you saw it. It was written by a group of Muslim something of something. Who cares what they're called, but some Muslim group wrote a letter to the police this week accusing us of hate. I had journalists write to me asking me what I have to say about being accused of hate. And this is what I have to say about being accused of hate. What we are doing today is not hate. Passing around a 12-year-old girl among a crowd of grown men to utterly destroy her, that is hate. Yes. This is not hate.
Well said, hey! Well said.
I'm caring more about your seat on a local council and your monthly allowance or whatever it might be than you do about protecting small girls from torture and brutal gang rape. That is hate. This is not hate. This is not hate. The letter also said that we were stirring up division and stirring up community tensions, implying basically that we are the problem here. Anyone would think that we had started this. We are a response to hate. We are not the problem here, and I am sick and tired of the media portraying us as the problem. We did not start this. We did not start this. And you can probably guess, but I'll say it anyway. Do you want to know what really stirs up community tensions in a town? Gang raping white girls because they're white. That's what stirs up community. Police ignoring the gang rape of little girls because they're white also stirs up tensions in a town, and our politicians in London ignoring it, attacking us, attacking those of us who stand up to defend young girls against this torture. This is what stirs up divisions in this country. We wouldn't even be here if none of this was happening. And it is always somehow our fault. Let us get this straight. We are not the rapists here. We are not the ones who went out and kidnapped young girls and sold them. We are not the problem here. We are a response to the problem. We are a legitimate response, and we're going to keep responding until they hear us.
Yes. Well said. Hey, well said.
And the last thing about that letter is that they said that they want to move on. It's time, they said, for Rotherham to move on and put all this behind us. It's still happening. You don't move on when it's still happening. All over this country, this is still happening to young girls. The same men often are doing it, and nobody is stopping it because the same political correctness, the same excuses about stirring up division, which were in that letter, are the same excuses that allowed this rape to continue in the first place, and that's allowing it to continue now. We will not move on for as long as these rapes are continuing. No, we can't. How on earth can we move on? We also won't move on for as long as the police ignore these things because they're too afraid of Muslims to protect young English girls. We will not move on until that happens. We won't move on either until our national government stops importing